Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Midgard Golf. We're out here today, still at, where are we at? Fox Hollow in Lakewood, Colorado, for part two, the back nine, which for us today is the Lynx 9. So the one 9 that we won't show today is the Canyon 9, which I hear is a lot of fun, but we're going to have to come back and play that at a later date. So, yeah. Anyway, this first hole here, well, our 10th hole, 358 yard par 4, pretty much straight uphill. So yeah, not a whole lot of worry in either direction, really. Just kind of hit one nice and smooth out there, put yourself in good position for probably about 120 yard shot in if you clean one up good. So I think we're taking the D-stick. Hopefully I can clean up my D-stick today. Geez, I've been like 50-50 on that thing today. So see if we can't hit some good ones. And yeah, let's give it a whack, check it out. We're doing a 3-ball scramble again with myself and Sam and Jeremy back there hanging out, eating a hot dog. So let's give it a whack, see what happens. Alright everybody, so here we are on the 11th hole, second hole of the Lynx 9. So yeah, longest par 3 of the day this will be. 180 yards to get up on that green. Sizable enough green though, to allow for a little bit of miss. Just don't miss short and get in that water on the left and you should be alright. Let's give it a whack, check it out. Alright everybody, well, unfortunate last hole there, but that's okay, moving on. So here we are in hole 12, so 362 yard par 3 from where or par 4, criminy, from where I stand. Still thinking about that last hole. Not quite sure exactly what it does, but yeah, it looks like kind of a blind tee shot. I'm guessing it kind of goes up and then to the left, so yeah. Just gonna pump one out there with a nice easy driver, see what happens. Let's check it out. Alright everybody, so here we are on the 13th. Big old par 5, well not that big, only about 490 yards to get up on this green. Pretty straightforward it looks like, don't really want to miss either direction, so try to put a nice accurate drive out there, should be a-okay. Let's give it a whack, check it out. everybody. So here we are in the 14th hole. Kind of a long par 4 here, 408 yards, pretty straight out to get up on this green. Kind of a wide fairway though, wide enough to hit driver. So yeah, let's give it a whack, check it out, try to stay safe. Alright everybody, here we are on the 15th hole. So big old par 5, 538 yards to get up on this green, dogleg right. So yeah, plenty of fairway to hit and plenty of room to fade it. So I'll just give it a nice pump out there and yeah, set yourself up in a good position for a hopeful, maybe long 2-shot on the green. Let's check it out. everybody, so here we are on 16. So 392 yard par 4, all downhill, so playing kind of short. But I mean, there's enough yardage there to make up for it. So yeah, it looks like kind of a split fairway. There's a little sliver of fairway off to the left and then one straight ahead. And then the green is all the way down there and to the left. So yeah, favor the draw. If you can put it on a driver or whatever you're going to hit. And yeah, poke one out there. Let's give it a whack. See what happens. Alright everybody, here we are on 17, little par 3, downhill, a lot of stuff to clear, but after that, yeah, nice, pretty wide green actually to hit, not very deep though. So yeah, 158 yards true, I got 143 on the laser with slope, so yeah, about a club down, I'd say, from your normal 150 club. So, probably going to take a easy gap wedge, send it up in the air, try to stab this green. Let's give it a whack, check it out. Alright everybody, here we are on the final hole for this two-part series out here in Lakewood, Colorado, playing Fox Hollow. Thank you so much for watching with us today. Throw us a like and subscribe if you feel. If not, thanks for showing up anyway. So, this last hole, downhill again, par 4, 377 yards. So, slightly to the right, the hole bends right at the end, but for the most part, pretty straight out. So, yeah, not a whole lot of forgiveness left or right. But a wide enough fairway to hit driver if you're fairly confident. So, let's give it a rip. Check it out. And here we are, everybody, at the end of our two-part series out at Fox Hollow in Lakewood, Colorado. So it's been a while since I've done one. Since I've done one of these, huh? Yeah, I've been playing a lot of courses that I've already played before and such. So I haven't really needed to do a course review. But here we are, finally, a new course on the channel again. So, yep, excellent. And what an excellent course indeed it was. So, yeah, I mean, considering that we played it today, which was, what, the 18th of December, kind of happy that I can get out and play golf at all this late into December. But, yeah, so considering that, excellent track, and it was in great shape for this time of year. Yeah, they're really doing everything they can to keep it well. So, yeah, I mean, to include the greens, that's the hardest thing to do, right? Is to keep the greens in good shape as the year gets really cold. And you get sub-freezing nights every night. It's like, all right, as a greenskeeper, how are you gonna keep this stuff under control now? So, but they're doing a very good job out there at it. So, anyway, there's that. And the two nines that we played. So, yeah, the Meadow 9 and the Lynx 9. So that was the shortest, that being the Meadow, and the Lynx being the longest. Yep, nines on the premises there, and then in the middle is the Canyon 9, which yeah, we obviously didn't play on this round, but no doubt I will be back out there at some point to vlog that Canyon 9 as well, because it looks like a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, a lot of water on, well, yeah, especially on the Meadows 9. And I was kind of surprised. I think I put one in the drink one time. Yeah. No, not on the Meadows. I put one in the drink on the Lynx 9. Yeah, that's right. But that was it, with all the water on the course. I mean, and there is a considerable amount of it. All the creek beds and lakes and such. Yeah, I kind of expected that we would have more trouble with that, but we really didn't. So, yeah, if you're hitting decent shots out there, the water's very avoidable, I'd say. You know, some people have a joke amongst themselves, and you know, we all know those guys where if you wanted to find water in the Sahara Desert, all you need to do is take said individual out there with a driver and let him hit a shot, and he'll hit water. So, if you're that kind of golfer, then this course is going to eat a lot of your balls, that's for sure. But if not, you know, if you're comfortable hitting balls away from water and whatnot, just adjusting your aim, your alignment to avoid it, then you won't have a problem. Let's see here. So let's eval the course there. So let's see here. I don't know if it's winter rates right now on top of the discounted rates. So they are building a whole new sort of irrigation system there, something like that. So a big old project, this irrigation project they've got going on. And because of that, they've dropped their rates 15%, and it might be winter rates right now on top of that. But with a cart right now, it was what, $55 a player, and without 43, so we walked it. So we paid $43. I would say that is exceptionally fair for this track. Yeah, they could probably charge even yet a bit more than that, and still they do. You know, I'm sure they will again after their irrigation project is done. That'll be 15% more. So whatever that shakes out to be, probably somewhere in the 50s, high 50s for the walking rate, and 60s, maybe 70 for the cart rate. So yeah, but still, even at those rates, I would still pay that to play out there at Fox Hollow. Yeah, so I think their price point is pretty on point. How do you like that? So the course itself, at least the two nines that we played today, and mind you, in winter conditions, right? Like straight up frozen. And boy, was it frozen today. And I actually went up there last weekend to play as well, and there was snow on the course, so I didn't get to play. Drove all the way up there for nothing. So that was unfortunate, but glad I got to make up the round this weekend. That was quite nice. But anyway, so with all of that and this time of year, I got to give them an A+ for the whole course condition, you know, well, as a whole. Fairways were in great shape, so I got to imagine they would be just immaculate during the the peak season, if you will, in the summer months. Yeah, with all of the trees around, which are bare right now, when those are in full bloom, the place has just got to look very grotto-y, sort of secluded from everything. So I imagine that in the summer that would be quite the beautiful place to play, indeed. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see here. We were in one sand trap today, weren't we? And I found it pretty easy to play out of, and it wasn't hard pan sand. It looked like it though. Very shallow lip traps everywhere, and a lot of places that have a lot of shallow lip traps. You kind of expect them to be a little more hard panny. I come to find, just by looking at it from my previous experience. But these weren't. These were nice and soft bunkers. So yeah. Not quite as soft as Heritage, I would say. Those are probably the best bunkers that I've seen in this area. But pretty darn good. Yeah, soft enough to easily float them right out of that sand, and not have to worry about, I don't know, snapping your club head on some hard pan dirt. So nowhere near that for sure. Um, let's see here. Practice facility. Yeah, beautiful driving range out there, and a decent amount of slots from which to hit your balls. So, playing off turf today. I'm not sure if that's how they do it all year long. I'm not a huge fan of playing off AstroTurf for a driving range, just because kind of like that feel of knowing when I screwed up and not being able to, so to speak, cheat, right, by bouncing the club off the AstroTurf and getting a semi-clean shot anyway on shots that should have been chunky, right? Should have been more miss-hitty. So there's that. Let's see here. The putting green was kind of small, I guess I'd say, yeah. But there was also putting greens on the first tee boxes for both courses that we played. So for both the nines that we played, the links and the meadows. So I have to imagine that there's one at the first tee box or adjacent to it for the canyon as well. So, if you kind of put off your putting warm up until right before your round and just kind of lead that into your round, then you can always take that option as well. You just putt on those practice greens. So you've got that. I actually did not see a chipping green. I'm sure they've got one. It's a pretty sizable complex. I just didn't see it. So yeah, we got out there, hit some drives and some shots on the range and whatnot, and then some putts, and then went right out. So I was actually quite surprised today of my own play that my chipping game was as good as it was, with only a couple of short chips, but since didn't warm up chips at all. And then the club I warmed up the most, the driver, straight failed me, right? Like, I don't know, a third of the way through the day, right? I was just hitting some god-awful drives. Top-end stuff, hosel and stuff, so I don't know. I gotta get on the range at some point and just take the driver and nothing else, and get that driver back in gear, since I just got a new driver. And I love it. That Ping G425, excellent driver. And I get a Steadfast Jupiter shaft in it, extra stiff. So that's, yeah, great shaft and great setup for everything. But, yeah, definitely me. Don't know what was wrong with me today. So I got to get out there and square that away. But everything else was working out just fine today, so that's nice. But anyway, that's a tangent. Back to the course review. So the clubhouse, the clubhouse I would say is about a medium-sized clubhouse, something like that, but very homey feeling inside, so very cozy, very nice. I like that. The Fox Den or something like that, or maybe it's just the Den, something. Anyway, yeah, whatever they call that. Oh, looking at the map here, there is a chipping green right next to the driving range, but yeah, we just didn't go over there and chip. Yeah, so they do have one. And it looks like there's a couple bunkers around it as well on the map. So, yeah, anyway, full practice facility, plus extra putting greens next to the first tee boxes on the nines there. So, there you have it. Let's see here. Yeah, so the clubhouse. Clubhouse, nice. Kind of, medium small maybe. But, yeah, very cozy feeling up in there. So, I like that sort of ambiance. Let's see here. I didn't go over there and partake in any kind of beverage at the bar this time, so I can't really comment on their selection there, nor their food. But, well, I guess I can say this. There was a lot of people sitting in there just having themselves a jolly old time, so I have to imagine that they make some good stuff over there. There wouldn't be a whole, that many people over there in the restaurant area, so there's that for you. Let's see here. The staff for the most part was pretty nice. Yeah, but I'll say one thing. That the marshals, for seemingly no good reason at all, just made a lot of passes and made a point to interrupt us in our round more times than usual, right? Than most courses out there. So I don't know if it was just a weird day out there and the marshals just had nothing better to do but to go around, chatting up people. There was a frost delay, so I guess it was kind of a weird day out there for everybody on the staff side, right? But yeah, so perhaps that was it. It had something to do with the fact that the whole tee sheet was screwed up for the whole day and they were trying to just shuffle around and get everyone through. But yeah, the marshal definitely bugged us more than a marshal typically does for no reason. Just to let us know, hey, we told the group up in front of you to play faster, so now you guys play faster too. Okay, we were playing fast before. We were just butted up against the group in front of us, but you wanted to make a point to tell us to play quicker because you told the group in front of us to play quicker. Strange. That's not something I would expect to hear out of a marshal's mouth. Nevertheless, yeah, that's what happened. Let's see here, patrons. Well, I've got to say that, they paired us up with a single because it was just Sam and Jeremy and I, so threesome, and they put a single guy with us, and he was an excellent chap to play with, so thank you, Kevin, if you ever happen to come across this video, for being an excellent dude to play with. He was great playing with you. I'd love to see you around again sometime. Excellent stick he was too. So, yeah, I would. From I guess one patron that I got to chat with, and then there was I guess there were some kids that we chatted with in passing and whatnot, and then there were some folks in their more elderly and middle ages. So, I guess you're gonna kind of get all age ranges out there. Judging by the way that folks were hitting on the range. I would say you get a pretty fair dispersion of skill level out there between very novice players and some more experienced players. So yeah, a pretty good mesh of folks that you're going to find out there so far as patrons go. Seems like a place that attracts pretty much everybody. So anyway, there's that for you. Let's see, so as it's, looking on the outlook, I guess, as it's almost the end of December in Colorado, this is typically when it starts to really get cold, and honestly, today was colder than my threshold typically is for playing, and I actually wasn't even going to play this weekend. I was just going to edit up some more content from the Big Cedar Lodge trip, which I will be editing up now soon, as it's getting to the end of the season here in Colorado, and I've been holding on to that content so I can keep feeding you guys more content as the year goes by. But anyhow, I don't know if I'll be playing anymore this season. I guess it'll kind of depend on what the weather does over the next few months. The chaps and I might go south and play a little ways down there. So I might go play 4 Mile Ranch again, do a scramble there with the buddies. So that's a fun track, and not a whole lot of my friends have played it, just me and, well, a couple of them. So yeah, I might go back out there and play there again. So that was a lot of fun, a lot of blind shots. It was a heck of a day. Hopefully my driver's working good that day. Let me tell you, you really need driver at 4 Mile Ranch. If that's not in gear, then yeah, you're not gonna be GIR much, that's for sure. Or you might as well, if you go down to 4 Mile Ranch and your driver's not in gear and you got to step it down to a smaller club and you're losing 30-40 yards because of it, I would just move up a T-box, honestly. If you want to try to get GIR, or have a fair chance to be so all day, just because that course you really do need a driver to be in gear. Let's see here. So, yeah, I'm not sure anyway how much that we're going to be playing for the rest of this season, but I certainly have a ton of content for Big Cedar to put up for you. That's some excellent stuff. A couple of courses that royally kicked my butt, and then a couple of courses that didn't so much, but I was definitely sweating bad out there in Missouri. That's for sure. And I spent some time in Missouri for a totally different reason years ago, and I know just how hot and humid it is over there. And for some reason, I didn't expect it this time in August. So, and I should have. But yeah, it was pretty wet and hot, and I didn't score so well on a lot of the courses, but it was a heck of a good time. And yeah, me and Pops went out there and just played our little hearts out. So lots of good content to put up on the channel. It will be coming your way. In the meantime, thank you so much again for joining us for another episode of Midgard Golf. I hope you enjoyed the content out there. And yeah, throw us a like and subscribe if you feel. Yeah, as always, right? That's what I always say, right? I feel all these YouTubers out there are like my channel, subscribe to my channel. Okay, yeah, that would be cool. Throw me a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Great. I'd love to see that. Love to see that people actually want to see me put up more content. That's cool. But if you don't, man, I do a lot of this for me. So I want to have my own memories of my own rounds on into the future, when one day the day comes where maybe I can't play anymore. Maybe I've reached that age. I'll have a whole YouTube channel of my own rounds to go back and watch myself play. So that's the biggest reason I do this, for me and my friends, so we can have memories for that. And then ancillarily, right, to be able to throw you guys some course reviews, right, for anybody watching the channel here. So if you're thinking about going out and playing any course and happens to be a drive away, I spend a lot of time on the road driving all over the place in Colorado here to play various courses. So if you're thinking about doing the same, then, well, at least I can give you some content so that you can have another player's perspective on what you can expect. So that's sort of, all in all, why I do this. But anyhow, yeah, besides that, that's my spiel on why I always say, and if you don't throw us a like and subscribe, then, well, hey, thanks for showing up anyway, just because, in my mind, it doesn't bother me one way or the other. It's not what I do for a living, this thing. If I ever do get to do this for a living, upgrade my camera equipment, maybe have a camera crew, stuff like that, oh, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome. But today's not that day, so maybe one day. But yeah, that would require a lot of subscribes and such to actually have the site generate income and have me do this for a living. And that's a long way off, if ever. So anyway, yeah, throw us a like and subscribe. And if not, thanks for your time anyway. And yeah, as always, have a lovely day, and we will see you next time on another episode of Midgard Golf.